my goodness. Well, I'm Casey Taylor, and I talk to people before. And this is FCCtv, where we highlight Fitchburg Cultural Council funded programs and the organizations behind them. Today I'm here with Rondae Drafts of Dance.edu, and later we'll be interviewing Jenn Madson of Wachusett Meadows. So, Rondae, hi, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Nice, it's good to have you here. So why don't you give us a quick background on Dance.edu and how the hip hop dance class for seniors program came to start?
Well, Dance.edu is a nonprofit organization that offers music education and performing arts opportunities. And we've had an opportunity to work with the Fitchburg Cultural Council for many years. And that's one of the programs, is that we have a hip hop dance chair exercise class for seniors from Fitchburg. So we've been able to offer the class for a few years at the different assisted livings, nursing homes, and of course at the senior centers.
Excellent, that's amazing. And what is a typical class like?
A typical class is about 43 minutes. We sit all the seniors in a circle. I bring creative props. Sometimes I have my fancy hat, which means it's party time. Yeah, my sombrero.
I love it.
I'll bring the maracas, smiley faces. We like to get the seniors dancing so that they just think they're having a wonderful time. But we really, at the Fitchburg Cultural Council, we want to keep the seniors in motion, keep them moving.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So during these classes, what can participants expect to learn?
Basic hip hop in the chair, steps, and stretches and dances, but everything is in the chair.
Excellent. That's awesome. That sounds really accessible.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Where did this idea come from? Did you dream it up one day and was like, yes, I want to do this? Or was it like something that you saw and like worked off of somewhere else? Well,
it stems from my interest in hip hop. So I've been involved with the hip hop community for over 30 years. And I did my dissertation on hip hop and urban education. So it evolved from a program that was called From Jazz to Hip Hop, where we use younger people. We've come out to the Fitchburg Library to present From Jazz to Hip Hop with a grant from the Fitchburg Cultural Council. And then we've evolved to working with seniors in this way, in a more participatory way. We also have brought the young people out so that they could watch hip hop. But this is an opportunity for them to actually get involved.
Excellent. Thank you. And what sort of community benefits have you seen, if any, from doing this program repeatedly or just once at a space?
Well, I've seen that our audiences have gotten larger every time we do it. We seem like we are able to attract more and more seniors. They seem to really love it.
I love that. That's awesome. Do you do classes for non-seniors?
No. Well, we have a group of children who are between the ages of, I want to say, 8 to 14. And they play musical instruments, and they do a little bit of hip-hop dancing, and I do teach that, but I don't.
No, that's fair. I'm like, where do I sign up?
Oh, that's wonderful. You'll be a senior one day. Just hold off in another 40 years.
You're right. So have you come across any challenges in working with other organizations or promoting this as a program?
I haven't come across any challenges, but with hip hop, the music has to be loud. So sometimes when we're at a senior center, that's fine. When we're at an assisted living, that's fine. But sometimes in the nursing home, you have to adjust the level of music because it interferes with the seniors' hearing aids sometimes. And that's sometimes a conflict because hip hop music has got to be loud, but not too loud so as to vibrate.
All right. All right, so is the workarounds just like find that perfect spot?
Yes, right. But that would be like the only challenge that we face.
That's wonderful. Let me see. And how can community members in Fitchburg and Massachusetts in general, or wherever you're teaching, How can we take advantage of this program in the future?
Oh, you absolutely can. We're going to, of course, apply for a grant from the Fitchburg Cultural Council again in October. And when we do, and we'll get our grant, we always publicize where we'll be at. So please come and join us either at the senior center or at a nursing home or assisted living. Come on down. The class is free and it's open to the public and it's a lot of fun.
That sounds so good. So, would you be interested in showing me some moves? Can you teach me something, please? If you don't mind.
With no music? Okay. Well,
pretend it.
Okay, we'll pretend.
I don't know how I can do music.
When it comes on, you know, it says something like, "Oh, welcome to the hip hop dance cheer class." So the first movement that we always do is something that's easy to get them involved. So it's just left and in, and right and in, and right and in, and right, and then I get silly and I say Meadow and in, and I get silly and I say apples, put them in your basket, apples, put them in your basket, apples, and that's it. So we do different movements, and it is called hip hop dance chair exercise for seniors, but I've got to warn you, I've snuck a lot of disco in. So we do staying alive, we do the hustle. So I guess we should say it's my interpretation of hip hop dance.
Awesome. I love disco, I love hip hop. I hope other people love disco and hip hop. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been lovely. Is there any future programming that you would like to promote while you're here with us on FCCtv?
No, just please keep in touch with the Senior Center. Hey.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much.
All right, my pleasure.
All right, Rondae drafts, everyone. And up next, we will have Jenn Madson with Wachusett, Meadow. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Monique Guthrie, and I'm here to tell you about all things Art Week. Art Week is a celebration of arts and culture in town from April 27th to May 7th. To kick off our events, we start with FSU Visions, the Communications Media Honors Exhibition. Wednesday, April 27th in the Hammond Art Gallery, starting from 4:30 to 10 p.m. This event is free and open to the public. Next up is Art in Bloom, April 28th, 29th, 30th, and May 1st at the Fitchburg Art Museum. Check out the Fitchburg Art Museum for more information on events and admission. If you're an artist in town looking to network with other artists and creatives, don't miss the FCC Creatives Meet and Greet this Thursday, April 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. at River Styx Brewing. Our businesses in town are hosting some really cool events for Art Week too, including a mystery event by Magic Treasures this Saturday, April 30th from 12 to 7 p.m. May 5th, our first Thursday, there will also be live music at the Boulder from 4 to 10:30. If you're in town on this first Thursday, there's going to be a lot to do. And when you go to the Upper Common, you will see the Art Stewards exhibition of light sculptures, Bring Light into the Environment, from 6 to 9 p.m. One of these events I'm most excited about is the paint parties happening May 1st from 4 to 6 at the Upper Common, and May 5th, 3 to 8 p.m. at the City Hall lawn. Get your paint clothes and join our teams as we create Fitchburg's 3 newest murals. All ages and abilities are welcome, so no experience is needed. Finally, to wrap up Art Week, the FCC is excited to be hosting its second Arts Bazaar at the City Hall from 10 to 2 p.m. What's in town this May? Check out In Town on Facebook and Instagram or online at intownfitchburg.com.
Hi, welcome back to FCCtv. I'm Casey Taylor, your host, and we're here with Jenn Madson of Wachusett Meadows. Jen, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, thank you for coming. So we're just going to dive right in, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Mass Audubon and Wachusett Meadow?
So Mass Audubon has been around for 125 years in Massachusetts, and Wachusett Meadow, which is based in Princeton, is one of our most beautiful wildlife sanctuaries. We received it as a gift in 1956 from the Crocker family and have been preserving it as a historical farmstead. So we actually have some sheep out there, and we have some beautiful fields and pastures and a beautiful pond and beavers, and it's a great space.
Excellent. So you guys do what you're referring to as sensory days sometimes, and that's, I believe, the program that just capped off. Is that correct?
Yes, we have some beautiful sensory programs that we offer periodically. Thanks so much to the Fitchburg Cultural Council. And we have also some beautiful just sensory overlays over our all-persons trail. So we have this gorgeous all-persons trail at Wachusett Meadow that is just opening, and it really is a truly accessible space. This is actually a part of it you can see out there, and it's level at all times of the year, which is really great. You know, that it doesn't have any rocky areas or anything. It's lots of resting stops. We have an audio overlay so that people can listen to an audio tour and guide them through the space, and we have sensory days that kind of complement that, as well as one of our upcoming events is birding by ear, birding and birding in place during our Bird-a-thon, which I'll talk a little bit more about, and those are great sensory days.
I love it. I'm really excited to talk about the Bird-a-thon when we get to it. But first, I do want to come back to the all-person trail. Like, what can you tell me about that? I think I read something online about a like a grass paveway of some kind.
Yes, it's a really unique materials. We have these tubing materials underneath the ground that we packed in and let grow over. So it looks like a normal, grass path that goes through our trail, but it provides stability so it doesn't get muddy, or so even in the mud, wheelchairs, for example, or walkers or canes, you'll have that stability in the land so that you're always feel very safe, very comfortable on it, and it doesn't lose any of its durability throughout the year. It's a great way for people of all ages, all abilities to enjoy nature.
That is wild, and I'm excited to see how it goes in the long term. That's such a great idea. I'm very excited. All right, so let's see. What goes into preparing at Wachusett Meadows for sensory-friendly days, aside from getting this amazing all-person trail up?
Well, I think it starts with our field teachers and our naturalists and our education team. They are phenomenal, highly skilled, highly educated people who really try to build these beautiful educational environments within our spaces. So this is one of our meadows, and so someone might go out there, it's a very quiet, small groups, and they can go and maybe experience some, have some touching spaces where they, might have gathered some plants or different types of tree bark that they can feel and hear. They might spend some time sitting in a space and listening to the different sounds and identifying what those look like, and it's just a great way to enjoy nature at your own pace, in your own way, and allow nature to come to you, which is nice.
Beautiful. And this is such an incredible program. I'm curious what Mass Audubon and/or Wachusett Meadows has done to make it publicly accessible to the community. So as far as outreach goes.
Absolutely. So you can always find a ton of all of our programs on massaudubon.org, our website, but we also have a very active Facebook page where we're always putting things up. We go on beautiful places like the Fitchburg Access Television, and we share out in the community, trying to get people to come and work with our partners in the community to provide engaging opportunities for them to learn about Wachusett Meadow, learn about our other wildlife sanctuaries like the one in Fitchburg called Flat Rock. So we really try to make these spaces as open, inclusive, and accessible. Nature for all, nature for everyone.
Beautiful. And you want to talk a little bit about Flat Rock too as well. So where is Flat Rock in Massachusetts?
So Flat Rock is in Fitchburg. It is a gorgeous wildlife sanctuary, and we just recently reoriented our entrance to co-align with the Health Alliance Hospital on Burbank Street. So it's 80 Burbank Street Road, and it has a really nice parking lot there, which is great, and a nice partnership with the hospital, and people can access the trails directly from there, and there's miles and miles of them back there. We're also doing a beautiful ecological management project, which is really going to create a more sustainable habitat for natural species. We're removing some of the more invasive species that are taking up space and hurting some of the animals that are up there, and making a nice walking paths for the visitors that get to enjoy it.
Excellent. And what sort of community benefits have you seen as a result of not just sensory days, but the Mass Audubon, I was going to say, are they parks technically?
Wildlife sanctuaries.
Wildlife sanctuaries. So as a result of the wildlife sanctuaries and the programming, in Princeton where Wachusett Meadows is, thank you, but also in Fitchburg and just generally Massachusetts.
So, I think that when the pandemic hit, I think it was very clear that there was a space that was safe, there was a space that felt good, and it was outdoors, right? And that is, we had hundreds of thousands of people flock to our wildlife sanctuaries across the state, and we did too, and as staff and as supporters. And that is something that I think people have felt for generations, but right now especially, I think people are realizing the health benefits, the mental health, emotional health, the social health benefits of being outdoors and being in these beautiful spaces and coexisting in healthy ways with animals and with nature. It's good for everyone, and we are doing our best to make sure that everyone feels good there, everyone feels like they belong there, because they do.
Awesome. That's so heartwarming, I guess. I'm like, ooh, gross. It's heartwarming. I love it. That just sounds so wonderful. Have you guys come across any sort of challenges with sensory days, with the Audubon, with the All-Person Trail, either in development or execution, and how have you been able to circumnavigate them?
Funding is always something that we are looking for more of, so we can do more of these wonderful things. And so we're so grateful to Fitchburg Cultural Council and other funders for giving us the space and to build these beautiful programs, to build these access pieces, and anyone can help support them and be a part of them. And we really want to make sure that these are continuous and ongoing opportunities for people, and that we have a longevity and a real directive to support, protect the nature of Massachusetts for people and for wildlife.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that's awesome. How can people get involved?
Well, definitely go to massaudubon.org to find out about all the amazing programs. You can also come to our staff sanctuaries. We have one in Wachusett Meadow in Princeton. We also have one in Broadmeadow Brook and Worcester, which are our two sanctuaries in the central region. And you can give them a call. Our staff are amazing. They know so much and are always happy to orient you and tell you about which bird you found, or what kind of snake is this, or what kind of tree is that. And but we'd love, massaudubon.org is a great place to start. And really, these places are for all. So Flat Rock is open to all Fitchburg residents for free. They should go there, enjoy it. It's right off the bus line.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous. So.
I love it. Sorry, I had to cut in. I love Flat Rock so much. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it, Jen.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us, and I hope that people will join us on May 13th and 14th for our Bird-a-thon.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let's talk about the Bird-a-thon for a second.
Sure.
What can you tell us?
So Bird-a-thon is a great opportunity. It's our biggest fundraising and bird identification challenge competition. We do it across the state, and the Central Region has a team. We'll be birding at many different sites. You can find it at massaudubon.org. But there's a birding by ear and birding by place activities, which are great, all-person accessible things where you can just sit and learn and listen about birds. You don't have to be a big birder. You can be a novice, and it's a great opportunity to enjoy and certainly to support Mass Audubon. So
beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, it's been great.
Thank you.
This is Fitchburg Access Television doing FCCtv for you guys by Fitchburg Cultural Council. I'm Casey Taylor. Have a great night.